Did you really come here, Father? Why? Greetings. I don't suppose you know a man named Kalodar? He's my father. He left on a hunting expedition years ago, promising to return in a few months. My mother gave up on him, but I never have. Perhaps only his remains, but I'd like to know. A local claims to have known a trapper by that name who hunted in these hills. It might have been him, but I'm no fighter, and this region is thick with bears. Please. My mother believes he abandoned us, but I know my father better than that. Anything you can find out would help erase this uncertainty. You look like you know something of my father. Tell me. I suppose I always knew he wasn't coming back. But this letter... He left us to keep us safe. I will sing of you in the halls of Sovngarde. Oh, Father, thank you. I have peace at last.
Time to bring the lightning!
What did you find? Let me see.
Yahoo!
Welcome to Nimalten, traveler. Do you seek the counsel of our mighty thane Fiora? Or are you here with Sergeant Iris' contingent? Urgent news, eh? Perhaps it'll take her mind off the troubles. Been enough of that lately. There was an attempt on the thane's life. Her housecarl, of all people. Bastard. Sergeant Ira and her squad arrived just recently to look into the matter. Aye. Our Fiora's a tough one, she is. Cut that hawker down where he stood. Look, I have to keep to my post. I'm sure the sergeant and our thane will want to speak with you. The hall is just up the stairs, off of the main square.
My friend, I would swear we only spoke days ago. I can see by the look on your face you know of Nimalten's dark times. Well enough. It's good to have a reason to get up in the morning. Without my family the way it was, it's easy to wallow in thoughts of Bleakrock. Of the good days. This investigation, that's what I do now. Denskar used to say I latched onto things like a mama bear. Wouldn't let anything go. Now I use that instinct for the Pact. After my breakdown, some of the others pulled strings for me with Pact command. As I was training, we talked about what I would do. This seemed the perfect fit.
What brings you to my hall? You don't look in need of a thane's help. And if you are with Ira, I am not in need of her help either.
A friend of Ira's? Well then, welcome to Nimalten. The King's Arrow, yes? Well met. Tell no one that Beta was a member of the Worm Cult. I won't have Nimalten fall into chaos. We are on his trail. My advisor and the court mage search for any hint of the cult as we speak. Keep that to yourself. I won't have the Nimalten fall into chaos. We're on his trail. My advisor and the court mage search for any hint of the cult as we speak. Slow. My advisor Borodin is at the inn questioning townfolk. My court mage Golan is at the Mages Guild researching the worm cult. Would you help them? My people should not suffer for any problems within my court. I should have seen Beta treachery before it came to roost in my very hall. There's not much to tell. Bastard asked me for a private conference, said he had something sensitive to tell me. When we were alone, he pulled a knife. I had to crush his scaly neck with my bare hands. Not a thing. To think of all the days I let that scaleback drink my mead, live in my hall. Brrr!
So Filgor poisoned his own brother, and he expects the Nords to follow him. He's more foolish than I imagined.
Let me guess. You're looking for worm cultists, right? Well, here we are. We're all worm cultists. Everyone in Nimalten worships worms and dances with Daedra. I've learned that the thane needs to settle down. Having a troubleshooter come all the way out here, because Fiora had a fight with a housecarl. Shameful. It makes Nimalten look bad. I'm thinking we need a new thane. Care to join me?
Get out of here! I'm busy! The Thane is impatient. I almost have it. At first, it stumped me. Why would the cult come to this backwater? What could the cult find in Nimalten and nowhere else?
You can do better.
I need to do more research. I need to consult a book in the Thane's library to be certain. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
How goes the investigation?
I love a good fire. Reminds me of...
Nimalten reminds me of Bleakrock. All these good people oblivious to danger. If only we could have protected my husband and son. Have you learned anything? He's a fool. Has Golan uncovered anything interesting? Oh? And what is that? I'm eager to learn what he uncovers. In the meantime, would you investigate Betarness's home? It's just south of the Thane's Hall. I trust you'll miss nothing.
You ask too many questions.
Murder? On my watch? Oh, good to see you. I have sad news. Golan is dead. We heard the sounds of a struggle. My soldiers and I arrived too late. In the library with a pair of smashed skeletons. The worm cult, I am sure of it. But how did they get past my guards? First the attack against the thane, and now this. I've asked my soldiers to take a more active role in defending the hall. I pray it's enough. You're not afraid, are you? Stay strong, my friend. We'll find the heart of this corruption.
Greetings, Master Drendeth. As always, your memories are alive in me. How may I serve? I am as you made me, Master. A Magicka memory matrix. A place to hold safe your dearest memories. Research entry. As I suspected, the worm cult plans to use bound companion spirits to empower Sinmur. I found evidence they're gathering in the crypt beneath Nimalten. The footprints lead from this fireplace. Here. What? No! Yes, Master Drendeth. Your notes on the companions indicate they once bound powerful heroes as eternal guardians. I cannot recall any other information on this subject.
My brethren moved to take Nimalten. They need you out of the way. I doubt I could take you in a fair fight. Luckily, I don't have to.
Don't underestimate us.
sacrifice.
While I keep you busy here, the thane gets a final recruitment offer. If she refuses, she dies.
Through this ritual, we bind you to us, Daedric servant.
Don't mess with a street kid!
Strike, now!
I will recite the invocation.
Cities can be just as fecal as people, but just as beautiful too.
The cultists... They came out of nowhere. Ira, she was leading them. She demanded I join the cult. Surprised her. I don't know. I cut her and she scampered like a skeever. Shut up and get out of here. Bleeding feels good. Reminds me I'm alive.
I saw her head toward the water.
She went into the crypt. So you've come to kill me. Do you remember Denskar? Litrick? Do you remember how they died, bleeding from Covenant blades? I watched it all. I watched them die. You can't know how painful that is. I barely see Trin. She's off on her missions, and she'll be dead soon too in this pointless war. The worm cult came when I was grieving. They said they could reunite me with my husband, my boy. All I had to do was pass information about the pact. Maybe, but I chose to believe. It wasn't just secrets. Soon the cult asked me to kill for them. Golan, Thane Fiora. Trin would despise what I've become. I'm done with the cult. But it's too late, isn't it?
Your legend ends now, hero of Balfoy.
So, Ira was behind much of this, wasn't she? I don't pretend to know her reasons. All I want to know is whether you've dealt with her or not.
Yes. I'm thankful for these wounds, in fact. They woke me up. A thane must be ever vigilant. The worms will find no shelter in the shadows of Nimalten.
I was looking for Sergeant Ira, but the Thane tells me she was slain valiantly defending her from the Worm Cult. I've just come from Pine Peak Caverns. The Worm Cult ambushed us. There are researchers there trapped in the caverns. I fear the worst.
I'm going to kill that old Dunmer. He's probably laughing, enjoying a drink, thinking me dead. Too real, that old netch. He sent bandits after me. They assaulted me on the road and took my silk. I want the bandits dead, and too real in irons. They said they're dealing with the bandits, but don't believe me about too real. He did this, I'm certain. I'll pay you if you get my silk from him. I've looked for him throughout the town, except the inn. I bet he's there. Don't eat the bread, it's stale. Stick with the drinks. At least they're still potent. That bastard sent the bandits on me. Their leader, Chanda, told me he hired her. I was lucky to escape alive. Look, how about I pay you to steal back the silk from Chanda? You'll find her camp to the east. Okay, I hired her to attack him, but she still stole my silk. Listen, forget about killing all those bandits. Would you just retrieve my silk? You're going to the bandits to get back my silk? So Tamriel did hire them. I knew it! I knew it!
Oh yeah, that felt good. Night.
You're brave, reaching in there like that.
My hero returns with my spun gold. I'll buy you a pint as soon as you... Sheogorath must have touched my mind. I could have sworn you just said the silk has been destroyed. Oh, you're a priest now, morally superior. To oblivion with you. You know, I may just buy Tamriel a drink. Yes, have a little chat about who's going to stab you to death. This town is filled with criminals and cultists. Why did I think you'd be different? The silks I peddle would have been wasted on these barbarians.
It wasn't so long ago that I had not even heard of this worm cult. Now these worms are everywhere, killing people, destroying villages. This has to stop. We'll need it.
I'm doing what I can, but the weapons wielded by the worm cult have a cruel bite. We should have been more careful. Considering what we came here to do, we should have known there would be danger. Do you know what this place is? Pine Peak Caverns? This is where one of Isgramore's companions was buried. Hakra was her name. We came to ensure that her tomb was safe, but the worms were already here. They ambushed us inside, and we barely escaped. I fear their intentions may be to enslave Hakra's spirit. There is still time, though. Will you help? If you jab this shard into one of the cultists' corpses in the cave, Hakra can possess the body, and then she can tell us what to do to stop them. You have questions? The waters of knowledge flow stronger through Aranel, but I will answer what I can. We were sent here by the Pact leadership. They believe the worm cult wants to enslave the spirits of ancient companions. Something about strengthening the newly raised Sinmur. That is all I was told. It contains a tiny portion of Hakra's essence, her soul. Stabbing a newly dead corpse with it should enable Hakra to take possession of the body. Perhaps for only a limited time, though. We found it embedded in a pillar inside the cavern. We suspected its existence from lore that Aranel had come across, so we searched for it once inside.
Don't just stand there. I know there is some way you can make yourself useful. If nothing else, just go and kill some of those damn worms.
Whose body was this? The flesh reeks. You placed me in one of those cultists, damn you! They're after me. Once they breach my tomb's defenses, their magic can bind me to their will. If you're the best this time has to offer, I see why they're looking to the past for heroes. 3 burial urns chain my spirit to this cavern. I cannot leave while they remain. Destroy them and I can escape before the cultists bind me. 2 urns rest in the lower reaches of the cave. Destroy those first.
He's doomed and it's all my fault. I ran like a coward and left him there. Sheridan. When the cultists attacked, everyone ran. Sheridan and I were alone, lost in the caverns. They captured him, there was a ritual. Oh, what they did to him. I should have tried to rescue him, but I didn't. I just ran. I don't even know if he's alive. And they stole all our equipment too. I know it sounds dumb caring about that stuff. Please find him, and grab our equipment if you see any of it. Sheridan might still be alive. Oh, why did I run and leave him?
The dead rise within the caverns. They smell worse than you do.
Did you meet the new commander?
Help me!
Trying to skeet out of here.
Destroy that thing! Hurry! Thank you!
The last urn's above us! Hurry! The worm's binding me to his will!
Nicely done!
Nothing is certain.
Lord of brutality, hard of stand.
Keep it down.
Don't underestimate us.
I'm his now. Beware when next we meet. Finally. I need to get out of here. I'll see you outside.
I feel I'll never leave that cavern. no matter how far away I travel.
You saved Sheridan. Bless you. You've been a lifesaver, literally. Sheridan and I are going to publish a report about our adventures here. Your heroism will figure prominently.
Don't just stand there. I know there is some way you can make yourself useful. If nothing else, just go and kill some of those damn worms.
Brilliantly done. Your waters flow swiftly now, touching many shores.
My bonds are broken. I'm free of that vermin-infested cave. Now to hunt down more of those damned cultists. Those worms! Trying to enslave my spirit, then sacrifice me to enhance Sinmar's powers. A foolish plan, attempted by idiots. Even you were able to defeat them. That shard is mine, by the way.
You have restored tranquility here, and I hesitate to ask more, but I have no choice. Another of Isgramore's companions, Valdor, he was entombed not far from here, in Tarengrov. It is likely the worm cult seeks to enslave his spirit as well. Yes, we are in no shape to make the journey. If the worm cult is already there, then there is little we could do anyways. You, however, could help there, as you have here. Tarengrov is to the south. Please go. Valdor's spirit must be protected.
This is so much better than...
You're kind of terrifying, you know that?
Thank kind someone came. I thought I'd die down here. I was surprised I even woke up at all. Did my sister send you to find me? Passing through? A tomb? Well, I hope you aren't here to rob my ancestors. If you are one of those adventuring types, maybe you can help. I followed a strange man down here, only to be captured by him. He's doing something unsavory here. Necromancy is foul enough, but it's something more he's after. He's experimenting on the living too. I was likely next in line. I don't know what his goal is, and I don't care. You have to stop him before he kills more innocents. He went further into the barrow. Be careful. I'll be fine on my own. Put an end to this, and find me an Ivarstead after you do. I owe you a debt for helping me. Yes, things are fuzzy, but I think I have the strength to make it back to Ivarstead. You just worry about that necromancer. I don't know how, but the necromancer did something to them. It's like they know those of us he captured are for him and him alone. They didn't attack any of us. I guess that's one thing I can be grateful for. But I still want the bastard dead.
Big mistake.
No! I won't let you interrupt my research.
You made it out. That's good to see. What of the necromancer? Then all of Ivarstead owes you thanks. He could have been the end of this village if left to his own devices. Here, it's not much, but take this as a token of my appreciation.
I've had